Jake Paul. We probably got 10 minutes.
Jake, you went on record saying that he really lacks a lot of the fundamentals, the skills, and really only has the strength and the power. It seems like your mental is really on point. Is that going to be the differentiations to make you get this victory?
Yeah, 100% footwork, his rhythm, the speed, and crossing his feet. All of these things are going to have a big play on Friday, December 19th.
And that necklace, I have to ask you about it. Are those bullets? Is that you're going to war here?
Yeah, we're going to war, baby. 50 cal. I was at the shooting range shooting my 50 cal. I put the bullet up to my neck. I was like, I gotta make this into a chain. But we're going to war December 19th, so this is in honor of this fight.
Jake, can you walk us through
the respect from the boxing community?
1 second, hey, right here, go.
Jake, win, lose, or draw, do you think you're getting respect from the actual boxing community for taking on a guy like Anthony Joshua?
I don't know, man. I don't really care. I don't even know who the boxing community is, to be honest. Like, who are they? I don't know. Where are they? I don't know. I don't really know who these people are. And it doesn't matter. This fight is bigger than boxing. So boxing's a small inkling of the fans that will tune in.
Jake, you mentioned that you called him directly, AJ. How did you present the fight to him, and did he say yes right away? Like, did it take convincing? How did that call go?
No, he was down. I basically just said, let's fight. Let's make it happen. Our teams are going to talk. And he was like, all right, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. And it's as simple as that.
Do you remember, like, in the process of order, like, what the order was of him saying yes? Like, how many people said no? Or was he in the process of the whole making this fight happen?
Well, we talked even before Gervonta Davis, and he said yes then. So, really, after Gervonta, we called a bunch of people, and he was one of the names that said yes, and that was actually down to do it in December.
How felt were you with Gervonta by the end of it, and just, I guess, how that all unraveled?
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing on professionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do any promotion, doesn't do any posts, but it is what it is. And I'm actually glad this all happened this way, so that he doesn't get the biggest paycheck of his life and just continues to be a piece of shit in boxing.
Jake, Clarissa Shields and others in the boxing and combat sports community sort of criticized you, saying that they agree with the reasoning of not platforming Gervonta Davis because of his past, but that was also present before signing the fight. So your response to that?
Yeah, I think if people have a past and they reform and they're doing better and they're on a good track, people deserve second chances and opportunities. But when you bring the past into the present and do it while we're in the middle of a fight promotion with massive company like Netflix involved and MVP being a champion of women's fighters, it just makes things a little bit different. And we, didn't know whether or not he was going to be arrested, in days prior, and still don't know. So who knows?
Will you ever revisit that fight?
No, I'm not going to work with him ever again.
During the Tommy Fury fight closed, John Fury saying that he'll fight anywhere but America.
Well, we weren't even trying to fight him in America, so that was their excuse. Like, you tried to get me to go to America, and I can't come to America, and that we had other options planned. They're gypsies, and gonna say a bunch of shit. So I'm not worried about Tommy right now. I'm the only thing that he has, and if he wants to fight at some point, he just has to be realistic.
Can you clarify this rumor online that's suggesting that your brother Logan might be in a fight with Tyson Fury?
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I have no idea.
What happens if they do meet in the ring?
Logan Paul by KO first round.
Jake, a lot of the boxing purists, even as many things as you've accomplished, they still kind of turn their nose up at you. Do they need to kind of get over that, or does that actually help you because it adds a level of intrigue to your fights?
Again, it's the thing that's wrong with boxing is shooting itself in the foot. Why would you have hate towards the singular fighter who's done more for the sport than all of the rest of the fighters combined outside of themselves? They're selfish. They do great fights themselves, but I'm talking about building gyms. I'm talking about championing other fighters. I'm talking about bringing the sport to Netflix, the biggest streaming platform. I'm talking about giving fighters their biggest paydays ever. I'm talking about women's equality in 12 3-minute rounds, turning these girls into stars. The list goes on, and prospects, having a platform for young boxing prospects. What other fighter is doing any of this stuff? And I don't really even like to talk about it, but I don't get why anyone in the sport would want to shoot themselves in the foot of me and talk shit about me and take and tear me down because I'm only doing great things for this
By
sport.
the way, one of your favorite fighters in the world is fighting tomorrow. What's your message for David Benavidez?
Man, he's got this. He's a beast. I think he's gonna knock out Anthony Yard.
One more question.
At the end, what about your position in boxing right now? I was in your brother boot right here in Miami, and then it's totally different. Fighting in a place very close to here and right here in the Garcia Center. Do you believe that you has a lot to build in your career, boxing career?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. A lot to build, a lot to prove. I'm also still young and at the highest level. So that's exciting to me. I'm only going to get better in the next couple of years and continue to do massive fights and challenge myself.
Even you say your family say that like, it was a crazy move.
Yeah.
Facing Anthony Joshua. You agree with that? It's a kind of crazy move.
It is on paper, but I think just knowing myself and what I'm capable of and what I've been working on in the gym, and then having Anthony Joshua as an opponent, I think is a winnable fight for me.
Finally, for me, do you believe that if another boxing icons will take some kind of risks like this one, do
No.
you believe that boxing will be better?
No. I think the only person who's even remotely taken a risk like this was Canelo moving up to fight Bivol. Like a 7-pound difference. This is 40, 50-pound difference. I don't think people really want to risk losing or having a tough challenge or risk getting knocked out. But then essentially you're not even doing what the sport is. You're not giving the fans what they want in these massive fights. That's why KSI is scared, Tommy Fury's scared. That's why Tyson Fury and AJ haven't fought. Like the list goes on of how many major fights haven't happened because of people being scared.
Did your opinion on Ngannou change for not taking the fight and seeing AJ taking the fight?
Yeah, I just thought. I mean, he's just an idiot. Like I'm like, yo, what are you doing? If you're so confident, if you feel so disrespected, you're having all this bad publicity about your name over the past year and a half. This is an opportunity to correct that and stop me. I mean, he's basically also talking shit to Mike Tyson for fighting me. Say like, Francis, you're nowhere near the legend. You never will be even close to the legend of Mike Tyson. And you're saying it's disrespectful to get in the ring.
Thank you, guys.
All right, you're gonna have a new nickname after the fight, the Big